Tomorrow, permanent water restrictions go into effect in Dallas. Other big North Texas cities support cutting back, but will the move actually prevent a water shortage? We'll ask our guest, Texas Agriculture Commissioner Todd Staples.
And good morning and welcome to Inside Texas Politics. I'm Jim Douglas. Brad Watson is off this morning. Our guest today is Texas Agriculture Commissioner Todd Staples. And joining in the questioning, Gromer Jeffers, political writer with the Dallas Morning News. And good morning to you both. Thanks for coming in. Let's start with that water question, Commissioner. 2 days a week watering is basically what we're looking at, I think. Is that enough? Is that going to get us there?
Well, I think the reality of where we're at in Texas today is that we need to understand water equals jobs. And when we don't have the water like we did in this entire last year, we suffer tremendous, catastrophic economic circumstances. AgriLife Extension estimated in agriculture and in forestry alone over an $8 billion loss. So moving to common sense water principles is what is going to be necessary to accommodate not just the population today, but we hope the millions of Texans that will be joining us in the future.
Commissioner, where are we historically with this drought? How much trouble are we in when you look at history? And what are some of the big conservation programs or initiatives that your office has been working with?
Well, unfortunately, we did break a record last year. 2011 stands out to be the worst single-year drought in our state's history. But when you look back, the drought of the 1950s that lasted for year after year really set the tone for our state. But the Texans in the 50s recognized that we didn't have the water we needed, so they built up a great amount of capacity, water reservoirs, they built up infrastructure and different management tools. Unfortunately, in 2012, we're back to the 1950s. Our water per capita today is similar to the conditions that we found in the 1950s. We have cities that are out of water. Some of the smaller areas are really been crushed through this drought. But the good news, I think there is a silver lining in all of the difficulties that we faced last year, and that is people are planting like they never have been before. It's been exciting to see what's happening in the North Texas area as well.
Do you think we're going to be looking at that mandatory 2-day, a week water, and that's it, and we've just better learn to live with it?
Well, what I hope is that we can accomplish our objectives without mandates if possible. Now, we're going to have some water restrictions until we can get our water resources to where they need to be. Statewide, our water reservoirs are about 77% capacity now. In the lower I-35 corridor, they're really suffering, lower than 50% in those water capacities.
So we're seeing a lot of rain around here, but not necessarily in other parts of the state and different watersheds.
That's exactly right. Many portions of our state are suffering tremendously. Downstream rice growers are without water. Cities are still struggling. And what we need to realize, we haven't even engaged in the summer months yet. I mean, the hot temperatures, the days over 100 are not here. But I'm excited because there's a new tool called TexasWaterSmart.com that came about. And it came about right here in North Texas. The cities that rely on the North Texas municipal water supply for their water serves about 1.6 million residents in the North Texas area. Businesses came forward, Scott's Miracle-Gro, Home Depots, Kroger, and others, and said, we want to help solve the problem, do it in a way that's not a mandate, but do it with consumer education.
And that's been successful, you think?
It's starting out great. We have about 74 members of the legislature on board today. We have many businesses that are on board and more that are coming. And the beauty of this is here. Y'all have got some great examples. Dallas and Fort Worth have been great leaders in water conservation. But this message works whether you live in Dalhart, Dallas, or Del Rio. And it doesn't matter what water conditions you might be in. It's just simple tips that you can do at home and in business to save and conserve water.